Hi guys, Kath from Edible Backyard here, and today we're sowing carrots. So I really want to show you this because a lot of people find carrots tricky, and I think I've got a few tips which are going to really help you out. It's late summer here in New Zealand, and today I'm sowing carrots for winter. They're going to take a couple of months to turn into mature carrots, and by that time the soil will be really cold, and I can just come out here and pluck the carrots as I need them. They'll store beautifully in the ground. So let's sow some carrots. So this bed here I've already weeded, so I've just pulled the weeds out and the green crop. I've also given it a water. It's really important to get your soil nicely moist first, and I'll show you what that looks like. So you know that your soil is ready and nice and moist. If you can just squeeze it like that. When I open my hand out, see how most of it sticks together? There's a little bit of crumb around the edge. If it was too dry, it will have, when I've gone like that, it will have all fallen through my fingers. If it was too wet, I would have been able to make a clay pot with it. So this is perfectly moist. So first of all, it's really important just to pat the soil. I have actually already done this with the end of the rake, just to make the soil a little bit firm. Then I sow my carrots in rows. A lot of you like to scatter sow, and that's absolutely fine. I sow in rows because I weed with a hoe, because I have such a lot of beds. So I'll just I'm using scarlet nantes, which is one of my favourite carrots. Carrot seed is really fine, and sometimes it's hard to imagine that tiny seed is going to grow into a big carrot, but it's important you do. So I'm just going to sow a row. I start in the middle of the bed because I'm not going to stand on the bed, so I'll walk around and do the other side afterwards. And I'll just very lightly sow. Less thinning is better, because otherwise you might invite the carrot fly. It'll smell your thinnings. And then I mark a 20 centimetre space, and I'll do the next row. Sometimes it's easy if you mark a little line with your hand. You don't want to go too deep when you mark your line out, because otherwise the carrots won't, they'll struggle to come through all that dirt. So now I'm just patting down on top of the seed for good soil contact, and then I'll spread some mulch on and just pop these seeds back. So actually a little seed goes a really long way. It's really easy with small seeds to oversow, and when the seeds are crowded they just grow really spindly. So you do want good spacing so you can get nice big fat carrots. So here's my mulch. So I'm just a thin scattering on top. I find it easier to scatter mulch on top than to work out how much dirt to put on top of such small seeds. This works really well. Okay, the next step is to cover it with some hessian. I do this because carrots take quite a long time to germinate, a couple of weeks, and it's really important to keep them moist, because if they dry out they won't germinate. And this is a really simple trick, just to cover it up. This hessian gets reused every time I do carrots, so it's been around a while. Tent pegs hold it in place. There you go, done. You are going to need to mark it in your diary for 2 weeks' time to start checking. So all you need to do is take out a peg, have a little look. If you've got some nice green shoots coming up, take the hessian off and put your bird netting up. A bit of slug bait is really good too, because slugs adore carrots. It's a really shame to lose them at that last minute when you're so close to the goalpost. So should we go and have a look at some actual carrots in the carrot bed. Beautiful homegrown carrots. Look at these. And this is what you're going to get.